So I woke up this morning and I was scrolling Twitter and I came across some ridiculous shit. Although that's not really outside of the norm. I see ridiculous shit every day. I'm sure you guys do too. But this one kind of bothered me. And it's interesting because I actually told a story like this either on a live stream a long time ago or maybe even in a video. But there is somebody locally who was in a very similar situation. I don't know them personally, but I know the person they dated after the fact. And obviously, he told her the story, had to explain everything, show her paperwork, all that kind of stuff. And she ended up telling me. And this kid was in a very similar spot where he was arrested and put on a certain list, all because his girlfriend was 1 year younger than him, or not even that. It was like a month difference or like 6 months or something like that. But that's the exact case that we're going to talk about today. And this kind of shit really blows my mind. So an 18-year-old British man who had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old British girl in Dubai while the pair were on holiday with their families has been sentenced to 1 year in prison, a campaign group has said. Marcus Fakana of Tottenham, North London, began the secretive holiday romance in September with another Londoner who is now aged 18. After returning home and seeing pictures and chats, the girl's mother reported the relationship to Dubai. After returning home and seeing pictures and chats, the girl's mother reported the relationship to Dubai police, who then arrested Fakana at his hotel. Sex with another person aged under 18 is illegal in Dubai. What are we actually talking about? So this kid was 18 years old, had a sexual relationship with someone who was 17, who is now 18, which means that it wasn't even a year apart. From everything I can see online, I think they were 3 or 4 months different, maybe even 2 months. Regardless, they're basically the same age, they're in the same grade. But because at the time, her daughter was 17 and he was 18, and she just decided that she didn't like this boy, she called Dubai police, reported him, and because it was illegal in Dubai, they arrested him, and now he might do a year in jail. How does that make sense? They are the same age. Now, I get it, everywhere in the world, and not even every state in America has the Romeo and Juliet law, which basically says if somebody is above the age of consent, but it's like 2 to 3 year difference, they usually will just let it slide, especially if they were in a relationship before the age difference became illegal on paper. And I say on paper because this should not be a thing. There should be a Romeo and Juliet law around the entire world. If somebody is literally 2 months different and they turned 18 and the other person is 17, there is no reason that that kid should go to jail. This is crazy. Like, I should go to jail then. In New York, the legal age of consent is 17. I was 17 years old and my girlfriend was 16 because I turned 17 like 3 months before she did. So technically for those 3 months, I was breaking the law. That's the craziest shit ever, to think that I could have went to jail for a year when in all reality, she was more experienced than me. She taught me shit. But yet I'm 3 months older than her and my age changed first. So I'm the one that's wrong. I should go to jail. That's and be on a list on top of that. That's absolute insanity. And some of the tweets that I've seen are even crazier. So based on their name, I feel like this has to be a troll, but they basically responded to whether or not you would do the same thing. And she says, I think it goes with the intent of the man. If he lured and groomed her on the internet, you bet your ass I would. If it was a casual meetup they met at and it was an innocent attraction, I would have to reevaluate things. Please tell me that nobody watching this video actually thinks that an 18-year-old who is 2 to 4 months older than a 17-year-old is capable of grooming a 17-year-old. That makes no sense. Two people in the same grade, you are not grooming the other person. You're in the same grade. You're basically the same age. Like, let's be realistic. And thankfully, there are smart people on Twitter as well. And somebody responds and says, 18-year-olds don't groom 17-year-olds. Just think back 50 years to when you were that age. This person responded and said, they can when the age of consent in that state is 18. And I get where they're trying to come from. Like, they're basically saying if one is legal and one is illegal as far as consent goes, you can groom that person. But you have to look at the context surrounding it. They are literally in the same grade. If they go to the same school, they would be in the same class. There is a 2 to 4 month difference between them. There is no grooming. That is just two kids talking to each other. I don't understand how you don't get that. And somebody else hit her with the same thing. How can you groom someone the same age as you? Y'all are slow. And then they respond saying you can groom someone of any age. If she is in a state where the age of consent is 18, she can be groomed. They aren't the same age if she is 17 and he is 18. You are R-word. Now, again, I could be wrong. I don't want to Google stuff. I'm gonna be real with you because I don't know if that kind of shit puts you on a list, but I'm pretty sure that grooming has to do with someone being underage. So you can't groom somebody of any age. Like, if I talk to somebody who's 30 years old, I can't groom them. Like, they're an adult. We're just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can lie to somebody and trick them into a relationship with you or trick them to hang out and sleep with you, but you didn't groom them. You just lied to them at that point. Now, when someone is a child, that is a whole different story. So this person just has a very weird view on life. And I feel like I see this a lot in 2024 to the point where someone is 19, let's say, and they get with a girl who just turned 18. People will literally say, yo, they spawn camping. She's too young. She just turned. You're taking advantage of her. It's like, bitch, they are basically the same age. What are we talking about anymore? This shit don't make no sense to me. When I was in school, I feel like people that were 18 slept with people that were 22. And like, I mean, I get it as the age goes on, because as you get more life experience, it's easier for you to convince somebody that's younger to want to sleep with you, because you just have more knowledge of life. And somehow that does work in your favor. But overall, if the age difference is 1, 2, 3 years, like, bro, let's be real. If we're at the age of consent and someone's a year or two above them, just leave the shit alone. Let these people live their life. Like, what are we actually doing right now? Like, we're focused on the wrong shit. We should be focusing on the people that are actually predatory, not on kids who are just having a relationship that went to school together. This is like garbage. And this shit all culminated when I saw them responding to more and more people. And somebody named T-Lit says, you can't quote intent and law together. Them being 2 months apart means in no way she was duped or deceived. They are the same age, 2 months apart. There was no harmful intent by either of them. And the dumb person responds by saying, what? The law is the law. If age of consent is under 18 and the girl was 17 and he was 18, the parent can pick up a phone and call it in. They aren't the same age. They will jail them. 2 months doesn't matter at all. This is why parents warn their boys. As if it can't be a girl who's 18 dating a guy who's 17. The fact that you said this is why parents warn their boys tells me that you just have this narrative in your head. And if this situation was switched, I bet you they're not even commenting on this thread. Regardless, T-Lit comes back and says, yes, they can be jailed. However, jailing does not equal grooming or bad behavior. He morally did nothing wrong. They've both been on this earth just about the same exact amount of time, down to less than a % difference in ages. And they respond saying, now you go from saying they're the same age to they are almost the exact same age. Now we just arguing over semantics. Like, this is one of the dumbest threads that I've ever been a part of in my life. Or I guess I shouldn't say been a part of. I didn't post in it, but one of the dumbest ones that I've read and gone down. This is absolute stupidity. This kid should not be arrested. I get that in Dubai, that is the law. They have no Romeo and Juliet clause. These are two people on holiday who are there for a very short stay, who are coming from the UK, who obviously know each other. They're in the same grade. They're literally the same age. Let's just be honest. And they slept with each other on holiday. The fact that he now is held there and gonna do a year jail time, which I think he'll get extradited back to the UK, but he's gonna have to go through a process now and go through court and all sorts of dumb shit that makes absolutely no sense. I can't be the only one that feels this way. I hope that making this video, some of you guys have common sense, because I feel like that's all you need to understand and grasp a situation like this. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. So let me know down below in the comments. Just wanted to talk about this really quick. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.
I don't care about a struggle. I've been asking for a fight. I need adversity to thrive. I'm trying to crash before the flight. I got a lot of people doubting me. That's just been my life. So I learned to persevere and not react to what they type. It's been a long road coming. That's just what they write. But it's been feeling like it's real. So I've been asking for my light. Trying to shine until I can. If you ask me, I go twice. But I've been stuck in back the line trying to imagine what it's like. Come on.